Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by Tri-County Logging. Experienced in sustainable forestry practices, Tri-County Logging can help you manage your property by keeping your woods healthy and generate income. Serving southern and mid-Michigan for nearly 50 years, TriCountyLogging.com. The first four-sided box call of its kind, 4-play turkey call. The patented design produces unique sounds that work well with call-shy birds. 4 different sound rails with lid movement along each rail for multiple tones. Take your calls to the next level with a 4-play turkey call. Well, hey everybody, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. Thank you so much for joining us this week. We've got another brand new show for you, and we're going to start out of the port of Muskegon. This past weekend there was a really cool event there called the Salmon Assault, and it was an event to say thank you to our veterans and get them out fishing. You won't want to miss that. Then we're going to have a combo hunt on this week's show, a little turkey hunting and a little morel mushroom hunting at the same time. And I think we have time for a bragging board as well. So lots of brand new stuff on this week's show. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger, and it's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream. It's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's meat processor and Michigan destination since 1988. Offers a variety of homemade smoked meats and Michigan-made products in-store and online. The Country Smokehouse features an outdoor barbecue and bar. Details at countrysmokehouse.com. By Greenmark Equipment. Greenmark Equipment is a John Deere dealership network in southwest Michigan and northern Indiana. Greenmark provides sales and services to farmers, commercial businesses, large property owners, and homeowners. Information about pricing and products available can be found online at greenmarkequipment.com. By Angler Quest Pontoons. Angler Quest is a Michigan-based company building boats designed for comfort and fishing functionality. For more information about the 2022 models, anglerquestpontoons.com. By Polar Craft Boats, offering riveted and welded boats for the outdoor enthusiast. Whether you're targeting fish or waterfowl, Polar Craft Boats have several models to choose from that keep you high and dry. For more information, polarcraft.com.
On behalf of all of us here today, we would like to take the opportunity to thank you for your service. As you all know, you are here today because of what you and many others like you have sacrificed for us. And without your dedication and commitment to this great country, we would not be able to be here today and be able to take you, our heroes, fishing. However, we cannot forget the ones who could not make it or be here today. The ones who made the ultimate sacrifice, or the ones who have passed and are no longer with us. At this time, I would like to ask for a moment of silence for those people. Let us bow our heads and ask for God's blessing. Heavenly Father, bless this fleet and keep us safe today out on the water. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity you have given us to express our gratitude for these, our veterans. We ask that you keep our lines tight, our fish on, and provide us with a worthy bounty for this day. It is in your will, in your name, we pray. Amen. Let's go fishing, boys.
What a way to start the day. The boats were loaded with veterans, and we were ready to hit the water for this very cool event.
So today we are running the Armed Forces Salmon Assault. It is a veterans event. We just try to give charter boats and larger amateur boats. We try to take veterans out fishing for a fun day of fishing. It's 6:25. We left the pier heads at 6 a.m. after a prayer. We are getting our first line in the water right now. Gonna see if we can put these guys on some fish.
How many years have you guys been doing this?
This is we're calling it the 10.5-year anniversary. We had 2 years for COVID that we couldn't do anything, but this is actually our 10th year doing it. So it's the half year because we got canceled right before our 10-year anniversary.
What are you throwing at them this morning, young fella?
Coppers, some purples, some glows, a lot of spoons.
Okay.
Variety of colors. See what they like to bite first, and go from there.
Well, what did that storm last night do to them, you figure?
Made it a guessing game this morning.
Even more so than usual, eh?
Yeah, every time there's a storm, we gotta guess and see where they move to and what they want to bite. We're gonna go coppers and purples and dark colors today, mainly because it's cloud cast over, and so the light doesn't shine into the water as far.
Okay.
For whatever reason, they like the darker baits.
Go steady.
Oh, he's right here.
Come right here. It's a boat. Getting rod.
Well,
First one of the day.
Guess first fish wasn't that hard today.
with storms rolling most of the night, we didn't really know what the fishing would be like today. Our two vets, Gene Gray and John Lapisto, were ready to tackle whatever fish we could find. Good thing, too, because we started hitting fish before we could get all the lines in the water. Pretty good.
Got him. Oh my God!
Blue racer.
Nice.
Whoa! That wasn't even a big guy yet. We're gaining on him though.
Nice job, young man.
I'm tired.
No match for you.
It wore me out.
Fishing has been very, very steady the last couple of weeks. We had a big storm come in last night, so the fish are a little scattered, but hopefully we can start putting them on pretty quick.
Okay. And how deep are we going to be fishing today?
We're going to start out in about 95 foot of water, get some lines set, and see what kind of story the fish will tell us.
The fish do tell a story, and so far they were hitting most of the offerings we had down there. And from what we could hear on the radio, most boats were also finding at least some fish.
We're upgrading.
Definitely upgrading.
It's a dandy.
We are slowly upgrading, gentlemen.
Oh, man.
Wow. You finally did it.
Man. That's a workout right there.
Nice job.
Uh,
With so many options, I asked Ed to tell us about today's rod setup.
So basically, you start close to the boat, and we kind of do like a reverse W. So what happens is you start our chute rigger, which is the center of the boat, closest to the boat. We put down. It's got usually a big paddle on it for it to attract it. Then we start going back up. Our two corner riggers are stacked at different depths. So if the fish come in and they see that big paddle or that attractant, and they don't really want to go towards that, they can flare up towards that, or then they come down to the divers. And as you progressively set out more rods, not only do you get farther away, but you give them options to go up and down, so it gives you a wider array to kind of grab both sides of the fish.
Okay. So what's your shallowest setup out there and your deepest right now?
So I run all copper. My shallowest, I got a 75 copper. According to the charts, and everybody's got different theories, but we say that runs roughly about 25 foot. I got a 300 copper, which is running roughly 80 foot. I do have a stinger line out the back, which is a 50 copper. We're figuring that's running about 15 foot. And then my chute rigger right now is running about 70 feet.
You said those are all copper lines?
Yes.
Okay.
All my long lines are copper.
Okay. We only had 2 vets on board today, but both had sore arms at the end of the day. I asked them how they heard about this event here in Muskegon. And what branch of the service were you in and how long?
I was in the U.S. Navy from 1968 to 1972.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your service. Tell me about how you ended up on the boat today.
I was with Salmon Assault probably at the beginning, the first 2 years I was on, and then this past year we were down at the outdoor show in Grand Rapids, and there was a group of guys there from Salmon Assault signing veterans up, and I had a veterans hoodie on, and they said, "Hey, you want to sign up to fish?" I said, "Oh, I know you guys," and so I signed up, and they drew my name, so here I am.
So what do you think of this whole deal here?
It's a very nice thing that they do for the veterans. Many times we feel like we're just don't get the recognition, especially we who had served in Vietnam, and these guys go all out to make us feel welcome and home.
And how did you find out about this fishing deal today?
Let's see, what did I do? About 10 years ago, there was a lady that works with me told me about it, so I signed up for it. And this year here, I found out about it on Facebook.
Okay. And what do you think of this? Of these charter boat captains donating their time and stuff?
I enjoy it very much. I think it's a great way to come out and for us to have a good fishing outing.
We've been pretty blessed over the years. Salmon Assault originally started as a big lake blowout. It was 10 boats. It was mainly boats just out of Great Lakes Marina. Over the years, we kind of branched out. We wanted to make the event bigger. So we reached out to the charter boat captains and some of the larger AMs that are very well known amongst the charter community with really nice, really comfortable boats, both out of Whitehall and Grand Haven. So we've been really blessed. We've grown. We've had as few as 10 to 12 boats over the years, and as many as 27, I think, on our biggest year.
As the boats congregated back at the pierheads, the local Coast Guard out of Grand Haven was here to escort the boats down the channel. It was a very cool sight, and special thanks to all the folks here in Muskegon that made all this happen.
So every port kind of has their own little unique kind of thing. Grand Haven, you can go south, you kind of get more towards that South Haven Holland area. You can start picking up a lot more trout. If you turn north out of Grand Haven, you can get into the Kings, where the Kings kind of settle in there pretty good. There's kind of Grand Haven's kind of that divider line, or the number change, where it goes from a lot more lake trout fishery to a lot more king fishery. Muskegon's kind of the diamond in the rough. A lot of people, don't necessarily, they know about Muskegon, but we're kind of like Grand Haven's little brother for some portions of it. You get into Whitehall, you start getting closer to Little Sable Point or Pentwater, which is also renowned for really good fishing. But there's a lot of really good fishing out of Muskegon.
Well, today there was a lot of fish to be caught here in Muskegon. Back at the docks of the Great Lakes Marina, boats were coming in and the stories began to be told. There were lots of events running, big fish, biggest 4-fish box, a competition between the services, lots of fun. As the fish were weighed in, the smoked meat was served. Some volunteers cleaned all the fish so guys could take fillets home as well. It was just a great day. There are many events now around the state to celebrate our veterans with a day of fishing, and I hope they keep growing each and every year. It's just a small way to say thank you to real-life heroes here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
For our next segment on this week's show, I was way down in southern Michigan to do a little spring combo hunt for turkeys and morel mushrooms.
We are in Manchester, Michigan this morning. We are on the field edge trying to get a nice tom off the roost. And then this afternoon, if we successfully harvest our turkey, we're going to go try and find some morels on some public land just down the road. Been on them pretty good since we got that rain this weekend, so hopefully we can find a bunch more.
Despite having this hen work her way right into our setup, none of the other turkeys made their way out to the field, and after a few hours in the blind, we decided to switch gears and start looking for mushrooms.
So this morning's turkey hunt was a little bit slow. We just had one hen kind of hang out with us most of the morning. So after coming back to the truck, got some breakfast, and we're gonna walk out here and check some of these undergrowths for some morels that I've spotted last year, and see if we can't get on some and get a bag full.
Jonathan has been mushroom hunting for several years, but has recently started spending even more time looking for them. And he does it a little bit different than any mushroom hunter I've met before.
I think the first time I ever found a morel mushroom was I was actually out on this very piece of property with my little brother Nathan, and we were turkey hunting, and we found one at random. And I think about 4 or 5 years ago, we came out here doing the same kind of thing, turkey hunting, randomly found some more, and then I started to get back into it. I was like, I want to actually invest a little bit more time, and I didn't really know a lot. Went on the internet, kind of learned some things. A lot of things didn't work, and that's when I just started walking. And once you find your first big patch, it's a very addicting habit after that. You're like, oh my gosh, I want to do more of that. And so after I found my first big patch and I started walking, and the more I found them, the more I was like, I got to do this every year. I just cover ground. I wanted to find them, and I didn't really know how. So I just kind of implemented the strategy of walk and look, and when you find them, stop and address the area. And I started to find them kind of in the lushed up overgrowth areas, and like I said, other people do it with trees or grassy fields, but this is just what works for me, so I'm going to keep doing it because I like these puppies in my dinner and with my walleye and with my venison. This is my only disclaimer, is I am in no way a professional. So far we're going good. We haven't even left the immediate original area, and we've already found about 40 or 50. I don't know what it is about this undergrowth, but they don't seem to grow huge, but there's a lot of them. So we're just kind of picking away, and you know, the more you get, the more you can do with it, and the better the recipes you can make. Deposit it into the bank account. Outside of like the normal butter and olive oil, maybe some onions, I like to do a mushroom risotto. You can get a regular risotto mix, or you can get like an actual mushroom risotto mix and then just substitute the morels. And then I tried a morel fettuccine this past winter with the morels I had from last year, and they turned out very good. So I like that too. I think those are my two new go-tos after just the standard butter, olive oil, and frying them in a pan with your favorite wild game. Half them, clean them, kind of keep them moist. If you want to keep them for a couple of days or a week, you can keep them in your refrigerator like that. I just cover them with a moist cloth. And then if you're gonna keep them long term, dehydrate them and then store them in a bag. That's the best way. And I heard that reinvigorating them with a white wine is also a very popular method, restoring them and having them with dinner later on. Went out this morning, we heard one gobble on our way to the blind. Sitting in the blind, nothing really happened. Now we're out here on public land picking mushrooms, and we got one who Jordan's called at like 6-7 times now, and he's coming in quick. I don't think he'll come into this thickness, but he's close. No tag, no gun. Whereas this is why you bring your turkey calls though. That's awesome. Get them all fired up. This is why we need universal turkey tags, so you can flip from private to public whenever you want. He's literally right there. We're going right at him too. Let's go.
After calling this tom into about 25 yards, we decided it was time to get back to mushroom hunting. And as we continued to search for mushrooms, we also made sure to pick up any trash we spotted along the way.
So I always say pick up your trash. Whenever you see it, just good karma. And I reach in, and this was sitting just back here about 3 or 4 feet. And Jordan, I don't know if you can see it, but if you look past there about 8 or 10 feet, right kind of towards the base of that tree, I can see at least 2 sticking up right there. And maybe even more right through here. So that's not just a one-time deal. This is a reoccurring trend where I pick up trash and I look down and there's morels next to it. So pick it up, take it out, good karma, you're cleaning up the woods, and you might find some morels. Oh yeah, here we go. Jordan, I got a couple. Hopefully there's more. Right here. I got at least 3. So we got out, we did like the turkey hunting. We got out, we sat out, just watched the hen. Tried to call in some turkeys from the adjacent property route. Didn't work out. So we came out here, found a good sack full. Had a turkey come in that Jordan called into about 25, 30 yards or so before it spooked off. And then right back out here, just talking through the rest of this, trying to pick as many as we can before the season ends. It's gonna get warm. And once it gets warm, the morels seem to disappear.
Although the turkeys only wanted to cooperate when we didn't have a tag, the mushroom hunting was fantastic. Special thanks to Jonathan for inviting me down for a fun day of turkey and mushroom hunting here in southern Michigan.
Well, hey everyone, thank you so much for watching Michigan Out of Doors this week. If you missed part of this week's show or maybe last week's show, you can always check us out online. You can do that through our website. And of course, you can check us out on our different social media platforms as well as YouTube. So lots of places you could be tracking us down. And there should be a lot of brand new stuff coming over the next several weeks. And if we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by.
Do you dream of somewhere bigger than your backyard? You can get there with Greenstone. Whether you want to hunt, fish, hike, or just watch the sunset, we're ready to help you own your place in the great outdoors. To learn more, visit greenstonefcs.com.
By Alta Equipment Company, providing sales, rentals, service, and parts because uptime matters. From earth moving to landscaping and light construction, Alta offers over 50 brands across 7 Michigan locations to serve you. More information online or 844-GO-2-ALTA.
Closed captioning provided by Marvo Mineral, makers of Lucky Buck, deer management products including minerals to supplement deer diets year-round to improve health and antler growth.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. Joe, Kalamazoo, East to Monroe, to St. Marie and back again. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. Ah, Michigame, win when a system. Say I'm say when in wegam when manani I'm not me Anishnabik Anishnabik. If I should die across the sea on a peninsula